you got the complete opposite on WWE. You've got everything that like, I thought they took the week off.
It was not working towards anything, and nobody's character did anything that took them in a new direction. Everything was stagnant.
And they didn't have all their guns there.
Correct. It felt so empty. Like Cody coming off. I mean, it's been 2 Raws since WrestleMania, so he had the big Raw last week, but still, it's a fresh thing.
They still got a very good pop.
He got a pop, but what I'm saying is it was a useless promo. Did nothing for the angle
Yeah, I don't see those guys. They're
with Jay.
not that match isn't gonna draw money with you. And I mean, I know that, he was putting them over because he came down and did the spear for him, made sure that I thought
Jay, you're
that
talking about. Jay Uso.
yeah, I
Yeah.
thought that I thought that I was watching Russo. I watched Russo, and Russo had the point of when he said, "You're talking about the Attitude Era." He said, "The Attitude Era would have been come Monday when Rock came down and they exchanged belts, and they looked at it, and he said, 'I'll see you down the road.'" He said, "No," I said, "In the Attitude Era, it would have been like, oh, by the way, we won the tag match, and it was Bloodline Rules, and Cena and Undertaker and Uso that ran down for you, that was not allowed, and
Right.
you have to now forfeit the belt and then have
Something meaningful, something
yes,
unexpected,
now
something that moves me further.
now and
Oh,
and take it away from them, because when you look at it, it's just like, yeah, it was Bloodline. We said it when we did the live thing, like, why didn't they just come
pile
down
on and get on top of them. Yeah.
absolutely and
Yeah.
hold him down? Like, why didn't that happen? And then you coulda gave it to him and taken it away on Monday, and now you have the belt. It's you does it go back? It would have to go back to Roman.
It would have been something.
It's the off season right now.
Oh,
Like,
but it's 'cause 3 fucking hours of off season, bro.
well, I mean, you got Becky, you got Seth. They're taking some time off, and Seth's beat up. Um,
What, Punk, Roman,
yeah,
Heyman,
you had a bunch of people. You've got that. They had a hell of a run going into that Mania, but man, it's like,
yeah, but that's a perfect now you build on that because they had that magic for a couple of months. Keep it rolling. I texted Vince today, and I told him, I said, "You know, this makes me realize."
when I feel that when Cody tells me that he's going to wrestle the winner of LA Knight versus AJ for the to defend his belt, um, shouldn't have that been kind of the stip going into Mania? Like, shouldn't have that made that person it just seems like that they had that match.
Right, why not add that importance to that match? Because you were talking about that there wasn't enough
It
build-up.
just didn't
Someone
seem
was very excited on YouTube. Did you see that? Posted
well, they
how much build-up there has been to the LA Knight match, correcting us.
yeah, and they said it was a lot of people said it was the closest to an old school match. It wasn't. I'm just saying that there was more emphasis on LA Knight being the Slim Jim pitch guy
Mhm.
than there was to the significance of that match, which LA Knight went over clean, which is great. But now with the stip being AJ or LA Knight gets the first shot at Cody, then it's almost like, fuck, what, do you think LA Knight's gonna beat AJ twice?
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah, that would have been intriguing.
But I definitely think I would love to see nobody's gonna beat Cody right now. That's you can't anoint, you can't anoint Roman, who runs for 1,300 days, and have this build up with Cody and then have it, or can you? Does he lose out of the chute? I don't know.
No, no way. Can't. That whole scene, he hugged, practically made out with Triple H. They're going in
Yeah,
the
but
Cody
are
direction.
they
They're
that
committed.
good?
I would
Oh,
appreciate that on
I think it would be just
drop it at the first fucking pay-per-view. I would love that.
That would be mind-numbing.
Mark Gormley is a performer that I didn't know of before this. You remember the advent of MTV, Kevin, 1981?
In Europe.
Oh, you were already playing in Europe. Okay. So those early videos, some of them are laughable by today's standards. The budgets for music videos became like small films. But those first ones that came out shot on poor, like basically almost VHS quality.
Little Midnight Oil,
The beds are burning.
that singlet.
I can say Michaels might have worked with that actually, or at least the tights.
I think in a matching hat.
Here's a little Mark Gormley for the music video called "Without You."
Here I sit with a cigarette burning, all alone, and you're not here, all by myself.
All right, I've had enough. Uncle.
You tapped on the Northern Lights.
Jesus.
Nice
I
nice
tapped on the
falsetto.
fucking guys, just
Standing on the clock.
that fucking first weight shift was enough for me. Hey,
All
anybody hear about the guy that fucking the pharmacist that ended up being a pedophile?
He sings without you, doesn't he? Michaels might have worked with that actually, or at least the tights.
I think in a matching hat.
Here's a little Mark Gormley for the music video called "Without You."
Here I sit with a cigarette burning, all alone, and you're not here, all by myself.
All right, I've had enough. Uncle.
You tapped on the Northern Lights.
Jesus.
Nice
I
nice
tapped on the
falsetto.
fucking guys, just
Standing on the clock.
that fucking first weight shift was enough for me. Hey, anybody hear about the guy that fucking the pharmacist that ended up being a pedophile?
He sings without you, doesn't he?